Welcome back to California Cooking. We have a great show lined up for you today. First, getting you ready for the holidays with a Christmas fettuccine. It really is a simple dish, but I turn it up a few notches just in time for the holidays with some really special ingredients. Then, she's a Top Chef winner, she's cooked for Oprah, and she's opening up a brand new restaurant in the Arts District. I get cooking with Top Chef winner Mei Lin, and she's making her version of fried chicken with Szechuan spices. Burrous takes us to a sweet spot that specializes in Swedish Gelato. And does Levi like it? I make him a Pita chip crusted fish, but does he like it? First up, the holidays are here, and I started making this Christmas fettuccine with truffle butter a few years ago, but this year I decided to add some lump crab. It's so easy and delicious. Take a look. I was trying to think of a special holiday Christmas Eve kind of dish, and this one fits the bill for a couple of reasons. It's my creamy truffle butter crab fettuccine, and I think it's special for a couple of reasons because Italians love to serve fish, and the Feast of the Seven Fishes is something really popular in Italian households on Christmas Eve, so this is a little nod to that. And then I remember the idea of Christmas fettuccine from the movie The Holiday. It is my favorite holiday movie when Kate Winslet and Jack Black cook up some Christmas fettuccine. I love that scene, and you know what? I've kind of made it a new tradition in my family. I made it last Christmas Eve with the truffle butter, but I'm kicking it up with some crab. Here's the thing about this recipe though. It is a little pricey and a little decadent. I don't think this is something I would serve a big heaping dish. I would serve it as a side, maybe with some fish or a roast or something, because you're using truffle butter. I got this at Bristol Farms. Any specialty food store has truffle butter. It's white truffle butter, they have black truffle butter, and there's real truffles in here. And then the crab meat, another special kind of decadent thing. I went ahead and got it already lump crab meat. They have this in the fish section of the grocery store. All you need is some really good Parmesan cheese, some heavy cream, and some cream cheese. All right, let's make it. This dish is so easy. It's as quick as it takes to boil the fettuccine, which is about 11 minutes. So you can whip this thing up. Super simple. And I'm gonna turn my skillet, my pan here, onto a low heat because I want to simmer some cream. So you could do half and half, but I really would go heavy cream because it's the holidays, and I just think if there's any time. And we're going to turn that onto, a low simmer. You don't want to boil milk or cream or anything like that because it just kind of gets kind of funky. So you really keep it on a soft simmer, and by doing that, it's gonna obviously heat it up, and then we're gonna melt the truffle butter into it, but it's gonna thicken just a little bit, although heavy cream is pretty thick. Moving over to the fettuccine. I'm choosing fettuccine because it's Christmas fettuccine. You could choose any pasta you like. I just think this works for this dish. 11 minutes, it says on the pack, and then one thing to always remember, you salt your water. A lot of chefs say you salt it like the sea. You really want it to have a lot of flavor because your pasta, it doesn't get any flavor other than the time it takes to cook in that salted water, and that's how you impart some flavor into your dried pasta. We got our water up to a boil, and I'm gonna add the whole box, okay? 11 minutes. In we go. Get that in. This is what you call gilding the lily. You really don't need cream cheese, but a little bit I don't think would hurt. I think it would add a nice tang, and it also will help thicken the sauce a little. If I could open it. Okay. And I would probably just use a quarter of this. All right, our cream is coming up to a boil, so I want to turn it down because I don't want it to boil. I just want it to simmer nice. Stir that in, get it to melt into the cream. Truffle butter, white truffle butter. I learned about this from the Barefoot Contessa, Ina Garten. She uses this. It is so heavenly. If you like truffle, obviously, if you're not a fan of truffles, this isn't gonna be for you. This has real truffles in with the butter. That's why it's a little pricey. That's why it's something I just use for special occasions, like Christmas Eve or a holiday dinner. And then you melt that into the cream and the cream cheese. I'm gonna use about half of this container. So I'm gonna just melt this into the cream. Is there nothing more beautiful than butter melting into cream? I mean, honestly. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. The truffle butter has, I feel, some salt in it. The cream cheese does, but it still needs a little bit. Oh, see how the sauce is thickening up? You know what, guys? I'm gonna add a little more truffle butter. It's so good. Just a little. That way I truly used half the container. La la! All right, we're ready to go when the pasta is. Okay, our fettuccine is ready. And it's so easy, I'm just gonna bring it over like this into the hot cream and truffle butter. Woo! Turn the heat down a little bit to low. A little al dente, you know, you wanna, because it's gonna continue to cook in the sauce. And then we start mixing. Oh my gosh, you guys, this smells so good. Oh, but we're not done because we're adding lump crab meat and some Parmesan cheese. All right, so you kind of just let this hot pasta sit on very low heat for a minute and just soak up this delicious sauce. Another trick, if this gets too thick on you, I always keep my pasta water because pasta water is a great thing to add to your sauce to kind of keep it from getting too thick. We don't want to cook our crab, so I'm actually going to turn the heat off. The residual heat will be enough. Let's add our crab meat. You get this in the fish section of the store, and we mix in our crab into our dish. Make sure it all gets coated. We are not done because we have to add some Parmesan cheese. This does not take much in the way of ingredients, but what it does take is really good ingredients. This is a really good little block of Parmesan cheese that you get in the cheese section of the grocery store. It's quality, so I'm just gonna grate some Parmesan over the top. And you can't really have too much. Go crazy with it. Mix that in. It's such a heavy, kind of satisfying sauce that I think a little bit of lemon will just give it that citrusy note that it needs. Okay, let's serve it up. And then extra cheese on top, and it really does. It's so gorgeous because it is all white fettuccine with the white on top, which makes it look like freshly fallen snow. I have to taste it. Be honest, this is what you do before your guests come. You just take one little taste. You gotta know if it's good. That's good. If you love crab and truffles, you have got to try this recipe. I promise you and your family and friends will love it. Coming up, have you heard of Swedish Gelato? Chris Burrous takes us to a sweet spot that's making this tasty delight. Plus, I'm making Levi breaded fish fillets, but what I use in the breading is something different. We'll see if Levi likes it. But first, I get cooking with Top Chef winner Mei Lin, and she's making her version of fried chicken with Szechuan spices. That's coming up next. Top Chef winner Mei Lin, not only did she win Top Chef, but she's cooked for Oprah, which I think is the ultimate. And now, an exciting venture. She's opening up a new restaurant in the Arts District. I got to spend some time with her when she was testing out some new recipes. Take a look. I'm here with Chef Mei Lin, and you may recognize Mei and go, how do I know Mei? Because she won season 12 of Top Chef. Isn't that something that people always come up to you and ask about?
Yeah, sometimes.
It's amazing how many people watch that show, though, and have for
It is.
so many seasons.
Yeah, there's a lot of seasons, which is great.
When you won, does that immediately change your life as a chef? Do opportunities start, flowing in?
I mean, there's a lot of opportunities that come your way.
I was reading something that said you take criticism well because of Top Chef, or that helped you
For sure.
take, people to be judgy about your food.
Yeah.
Another cool thing about Mei is that she gets to cook for one of the, she's like the ultimate for so many to be able to, first of all, go to Oprah's house and then be able to eat with her and cook with her.
I don't know if I get to eat with her, but I definitely get to cook.
She was in the kitchen and,
Yes.
maybe tasting with Oprah.
Yes.
What was that like?
It's a great experience. I'm very fortunate to be able to cook for her.
What is her thing that she loves that you cook?
She loves, I make her General Tso's chicken, and she loves that. So,
So that's the go-to.
yeah, the go-to, for sure.
We're in a really cool spot today because it's very top secret. It's a test kitchen. And I don't know, is this something that chefs normally do where they set up shop, they test all the food for their new restaurant before they open it, which is what you're doing?
I think I'm very fortunate to have a test kitchen space that I can work out of while the restaurant is being built out. I get to test out different dishes that we may or may not put on the menu.
Who do you invite into the test kitchen to taste the food for the new restaurant?
Friends of friends. So sometimes I know the people, sometimes they're complete strangers.
For your new restaurant, Nightshade, what inspired it? What kind of things are going to be on the menu? What's the vibe going to be like?
The vibe is very chill, very bright, energetic, but very sleek and elegant. The food is very approachable. I think it's just going to be tasty, approachable food that you're going to crave.
Any dishes that you can throw out at us that have made the cut?
The mapo tofu lasagna, I think, is definitely going to make the cut. So it's like a Chinese dish that has ground pork and tofu in it. A little spicy, very savory.
See, I've been lucky enough to try that actually, because you came on the show not too long ago, and first of all, it's a beautiful dish. It was so delicious.
The hot chicken that you're going to be able to try today.
Yay. Oh, and then wontons.
Yes, yeah.
Mei, I'm so excited because I love fried food and I love spicy food.
Me too.
Right? Who does it? So this was the dish that you were in Nashville and you got the inspiration to do some hot and spicy chicken of your own.
Going to Nashville, experiencing hot chicken for the first time, inspired me to make this dish. It's very much so Nashville hot chicken, but with the spices are a little different. So I'm doing like a Szechuan spiced chicken.
And Szechuan is the spice that can kind of leave your lips and tongue numb.
Like numbing, numbing spice.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
So you did the brining.
So I brined the chicken overnight in some buttermilk, some sesame oil, some soy sauce.
Now some of your friends that you said have tasted the chicken have pushed you to go a little hotter with your chicken.
Yes, so we've definitely gone a little hotter.
Okay.
I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. So we're just gonna mix this up over here. What I like to do is I like to put a little bit of the buttermilk and kind of create like those little nuggets.
Oh, the little crispy bits.
Yeah, the little crispy bits.
And what are you gonna serve this with?
This is served with some house pickles.
Yum.
And some milk bread.
And then you can make your own sandwich kind of thing.
Or you can just use the bread to
to
help with the heat.
And a glass of milk.
Exactly. We'll have some milk on hand. So we're actually gonna let this sit a little bit before we fry it, just to get that flour adhered to the chicken.
You can tell that's got a nice
so you got those little
coating on it.
Yeah.
I always feel like when I bread at home, it never adheres to the piece of chicken.
I think the key is to letting it sit for a little bit before you fry.
That looks perfect, you can tell. Chicken's going in. That is the most beautifully browned chicken.
Thank you.
Crispy, and now this is where it becomes hot and spicy chicken.
So we have a house-made chili oil here.
Yeah.
This is fresh out of the fryer, so this is still hot. And this we're gonna dunk it in the hot chili oil. So then after it comes out of the hot oil, we're gonna dust it in the seasonings.
And what's in the seasoning? Special stuff?
There's a lot of special things in there. I'm gonna see if you can actually figure out.
It takes.
You can smell it.
I got a whiff up the nostril.
Here we're gonna plate it. We have a.
You know what? There's something floral in there.
There is. It's the Szechuan peppercorn.
Yes. It eats on my nose. Okay, and this is the milk bread.
This is the milk bread. So we're actually gonna place this right on top here. And then you have your different types of pickles.
Yeah.
So we have some radish pickles and some regular cucumber pickles here. There we go.
How would I even go about digging in?
You can definitely fork and knife it, or you can get down and dirty
Really?
with it. Yeah.
And I'm gonna just do a bite first, like man up on this. Oh my gosh, May.
How is it?
It's so crispy. It's so spicy, but not too spicy. And then you get the tang of the pickle, and you're right about the bread.
It helps with the heat.
It absolutely makes a difference. Oh my gosh. Aha. Ooh. I don't know what to say. It's so delicious.
Thank you.
Your dessert, is this one of your favorites?
This is a riff off of a tiramisu.
Okay.
Here I have a coffee chocolate ganache. I'm gonna pipe on the bottom. You wanna get some layers in there. So now we have some coffee streusel.
So shaved ice like a snow cone.
Exactly.
Did you do this growing up in Michigan?
I didn't. No, I did.
Where
Definitely
you would
did
put
not.
flavorings on the snow?
So now we're gonna drench this in the coffee liqueur.
Oh my gosh. And this is the creamy layer that you get.
That
in
is
the
a creamy
tiramisu.
layer, yeah. So now we're gonna put another layer of chocolate.
Oh my gosh. I mean, this is meant to feed a few.
Oh, for sure. This is definitely a shareable dessert.
Yeah. This is so fun. Wow, what a showstopper.
Thank you.
This is one of the coolest desserts I've seen.
Thanks.
And it's a grown-up snow cone, that's for sure. Okay. No, after you've had some of the spicy food that we've had today,
It's refreshing, right?
this is the nicest way to end the meal. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, that snow cone and that hot fried chicken, so delicious. I can't wait for Mei Lin's restaurant Nightshade to open soon. And we're not done with Mei Lin. Go to KTLA.com to find out how she makes her wontons. Coming up, Chris Burrous takes us to a Swedish gelato shop that's serving up over 48 flavors. And does Levi like it? I make him a pita chip crusted fish. But does he like it? That's coming up next. Onto a gelato spot with some really unique flavors. It's called Swedish Scoops, and it's in Pasadena. Take a look.
Got this email from Lisa, says, maybe it's Swedish Scoops. It's Swedish-style gelato, less sugar, better flavor, super creamy. She spends 2 months a year in Sweden. She ought to know. We're in Pasadena, right on Colorado at Raymond. Let's go inside. Lisa, hi, I'm Chris.
Hi, Chris. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Welcome
see
to
you.
Swedish Scoops.
Yes, thank you so much. It looks like gelato,
Yes.
but there's just something different with the texture.
It's more creamy, and they actually use less sugar, but the flavor is more pronounced. So if you get a fruit flavor, you taste that fruit. They have so many flavors. They have 48 flavors and 50 rotating. So they rotate flavors all the time.
Awesome. All
Yeah.
right, let's do it.
This is Dime. It is a Swedish chocolate. It's right here.
Ah, the
It's
little red
very
thing.
popular in Sweden, yes. It's kind of like a Heath bar, but much better, of course.
Dime, you said?
Dime, yes, Dime.
That is like a Heath bar, but like a Heath bar that just went uptown.
Right, exactly,
Yeah, that's,
exactly.
Oh, that's really good. Let's try the cherry. That looks good.
Yes, I have never tried that one actually.
We're in cherry season right
you.
now.
Here you
so
go.
This is appropriate. It's not.
Oh, that's good.
It's not phony baloney tasting. Oh, that's good.
And they actually make it right here. They make all the gelatos
Oh, I
right
love
here.
being able to see
in
that.
the gelato lab.
Everything is made from scratch in the ice cream lab. You can watch as they combine the natural ingredients and the creams.
This is guangia. It's like hazelnut and chocolate.
Thank you. Let's see.
Oh, that is good.
This place is pretty rare in that they combine really great tasting flavors with awesome presentation. Love this giant mega cone, and what they do for kids is pretty cool.
Well,
All right, may I go?
here we go.
Let's see.
You go.
That's very satisfying.
Is it very? Oh, I'm so happy.
And it tastes, frankly, like Patterson, California. That's why it's from the apricot capital of the world.
Oh, wonderful.
The Swedish stuff is no baloney. The owner of this Pasadena store has another store in Sweden, scooping up more than 200 flavors.
All right, our total for our 2 big scoops of ice cream, $9.50, and it is worth every single cent. It is fresh. It is precious. Lisa, thank you so much for tipping us off to this place. This is one of those things I just want to tell everybody about it.
Thank you, and I think you have. I really appreciate you guys
working on
coming
that.
because I want people to know.
Thank you for supporting
Thank
local
you.
restaurants.
Appreciate
Thanks for
it.
watching Channel 5.
Thank you, always. Thank you so much, Chris. Take care.
See
Bye-bye.
ya.
Oh my goodness, those flavors were amazing. And how cute were those kids' cups? Speaking of kids, does Levi like it? I make for him a pita chip crusted fish, but does he like it? Levi. How's the fish?
That is good. Boo!
Do you like the sauce?
Yeah. It's a little bit spicy.
Mmm,
A little bit spicy.
yum.
A little bit spicy.
Do you like spicy?
Yeah, I like. Put some more on my plate.
Like some more?
Yeah.
You got it.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Yummy, 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 yummy. Yummy, 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 yummy.
Yay, he likes it. And I really think it's all about that dipping sauce too. If you want to find out how to make it, go to ktla.com. That does it for us. See you next time.
See. So yeah, we're just gonna let's do about 7 wontons.
That just went on by itself.
Yeah, it's like motion detecting.
That really
It's a
weirded
little
me out.
weird.
It just turned itself on. Okay, there, I turned it off.
Black, black, da, 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 da.